massive aid to navigation, right? It's before we had any kind of radio or any other kind of technology. So lighthouses are really the penultimate of navigation prior to the introduction of computers and other kinds of radio technology. So what a lighthouse does is it gives you three different symbols. It's a visual symbol during the day, which is called the day mark, which is just the physical appearance of the lighthouse. The flash pattern itself, which is the light. Right now we're missing our light. It's broken. It's at my landlord's house. He's going to be fixing it for us. It's a very small world here in Cambria. And we're missing our upper 30 feet as well.
Which is in Cambria. Most of you guys saw that last night.
Oh, that's that. Okay.
Frenzel lens thing, the big thing.
Yeah, they're not the ones fixing the light. But yeah, the original, that's where the original lens is. The one we have is like a smaller electronic one. And then if you had a lighthouse that had the need and the money, you would also have a fog signal. So that's what this little brick building is. That's our fog signal building. And in the interior, we'll walk in there a little bit later, that will just be a massive engine room. So this is the building that we're in the process of restoring. I always feel really lame saying that because we've been in the process of restoring it for like 4 years now. I swear it's going to be done soon. It's supposed to be done this spring. It was going to be done in January, and then the mechanical engineer that's been working on it, who both has a paid gig out here, but he also does a lot of volunteer work for us. He kind of started beefing up a lot of the earthquake retrofitting that he wanted to do, especially around that archway. So intuitively, all the weak points on this building, because this is all masonry, are all where the windows and the archways are. So they're a little bit fragile. In addition to that, when they built this building, this is 1900, so they didn't really put down a foundation. It's just a thin layer of concrete with an unreinforced brick structure on top of it. So between the earth settling, earthquakes over the years, there's just little cracks everywhere throughout that building. So once that is earthquake reinforced, then they're going to do bracing around the rooftop, and then eventually we'll get a new roof. So it's just been kind of staged. We already did the NEPA documentation, the archaeological surveys, and all the stuff that, the prior preparatory stuff. So this is really just where the engineering and construction side of things. And it's one of those, this is where like the stuff that my boss does. I don't really do anything except go to meetings and hear about it. I pay attention to the biology and I make sure that everybody's on track for that kind of stuff. But I don't really deal with the infrastructure aspects of it, except to periodically chime in my 2 cents. For instance, they want to repaint this building white. And exactly. And because there was so that's the argument, right? Like, what's historically accurate? And when you're managing a historic site, that is one of those things that you kind of have to look at. As far as public opinion is concerned, most people prefer for it to remain unpainted, and we definitely have photographs from the 1900s that show it as being unpainted brick. From a maintenance perspective, I don't want it painted because it's just going to look like the lighthouse. It's something we're going to have to paint every single year, so it's going to involve a lot of labor and a lot of materials. But from a preserving the building perspective, we have some paint experts that are trying to tell us that our best bet to preserving that brick for as long as possible is to keep it painted because of all the ocean and the wind, etc. And then the alternative is to do a clear coat, which is what I've been rooting for because I can't get away from the paint. And then everybody's telling us that the clear coat's going to wear out faster than the paint will, which, I mean, I don't think people really realize how fast paint wears out here on the coast. It's very, very fast. So if we're going to have to repaint every year anyways, what difference does it make if it's clear coat or white paint, right? And then when it wears out, it doesn't look like crap the
My
entire
question
time.
is, like, if it's been here this long unpainted, why do you need to paint it?
Same.
The brick is still here.
Exact same question.
Okay.
But